standing room only for this, our main event.
The wait is over. The speaking stopped. The fight begins. Now, let's get the answers.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Insane action. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
A perfect counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Well, this won't sit well with their opponent. When are we going to see a jab from these two? You'd like to see more jabs. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another. Here we go. It's round two. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come up now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Beautiful counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's the bell to start round three. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. punch output. Thought there might be more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter shot lands. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour is a heavyweight, but the middleweight, it's the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what...
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to... Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? They've got to use their jab better in this fight. That uppercut doesn't land. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Swing and a miss with that hook. Punch. It's all offense all the time. Both men step back for just a moment. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Robinson in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Oh, Johnny, take a look at this action. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. How are they still standing?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
stamina is off the charts. Punch, counter punch. Catch and shoot. He misses with that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Nice counter shot. Good counter punching. Talking about Robinson in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes. This is the beginning of round 6. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter. That counter punch caught him clean. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
He blocks the uppercut. Beautiful counter punch. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. That punch lands. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, they're...
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. And this fight is over. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
A knockout victory? That is... Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot.